Alright guys, fall menu 2012. We've basically the thought process behind the menu, we've taken it and we've simplified the menu. We've reduced the number of entrees, salads, appetizers across the board, opened us up to run more specials, and when we do specials to sell more. So that's kind of, and also to introduce fall flavors, take out the summer stuff. So we're gonna get right to it. The new stuff. We'll start with the butternut and walnut ravioli. These are handmade in-house by Ricky. Homemade pasta dough. Inside the ravioli is roasted butternut squash, toasted walnuts, mascarpone cheese, salt and pepper. They will be cooked, and the sauce accompanying them is a it's a sage cream. Basically, we're using a Mornay as our base sauce for a couple of different things, which everybody knows Mornay is a bechamel thickened with cheese. We're using boursin for this, so we're just taking a little bit of the boursin. We're tossing the cooked raviolis in a pan with some fresh sage, butternut squash, arugula, toasted walnuts, and then the Mornay. And it all goes in a bowl. Nice and simple. Next thing that's new on the shrimp cocktail, we've changed the dipping sauce to a horseradish caper remoulade. Lewis will tell us about that.
It starts with red onions, red peppers, poblano peppers, and jalapeno peppers, all fine diced, very, very small. Then I add in capers, horseradish, some mayonnaise, golden mustard, a little bit of lemon juice, salt, pepper, garlic, parsley, some of the Creole seasoning, a little bit of Worcestershire, and a couple of drops of the Days of Sanity Ghost hot sauce. It's not spicy, it just needed something to pick everything else up. There you go.
Okay, and then the new salad. We're offering one specialty salad. We still have the house and the Caesar. This one is baby arugula and baby spinach tossed with a Pedro Jimenez and granny mustard vinaigrette. It's Pedro Jimenez sherry vinegar, which is a very nice vinegar, Spanish sherry vinegar. It's got minced shallots, little minced garlic, honey, granny mustard, olive oil, salt, pepper. Tossed with some nice gorgonzola, candied walnut, and some pickled red onion. The red onion is pickled in apple cider vinegar, sugar, with a few spices. It's got star anise, cinnamon, a little bit of clove, peppercorn, bay leaf, and a little fresh thyme as well. And then, of course, our spiced local apples. And the apples will change. We'll have a variety. I'm getting 3 or 4 types of apples in tomorrow. There'll be Jonah Gold, Granny Smith, Fuji, whatever we get our hands on. There'll be a mixture of apples in the salad. The new pizza, the summer vegetable pizza is gone. This is a new wild mushroom pizza. The base of the pizza is a butternut squash creme fraiche, roasted butternut squash, pureed with creme fraiche. It's seasoned with salt, pepper, a touch of cayenne, and a little bit of nutmeg. Sorry, escaped me. A little bit of nutmeg. That's spread on the base of the pizza. Then we've added goat cheese, sauteed mushrooms, roasted garlic, put a little bit of our pizza cheese, and then some sliced pecorino on top. That's baked, and when it comes out, a few drops of white truffle oil and a little of the red wine reduction, and then the entire thing is tossed with crispy leeks. Pork chop. Moving on to entrees. the pork chop is brined and smoked the same way. We've gone to a 3-cheese macaroni. This is something similar that we did a couple of years ago. The macaroni is tossed in the Mornay, and then the 3 cheeses are pecorino, mozzarella, and provolone. We fire it under the salamander, get it nice and golden brown on top. The same apple cider bourbon sweet and sour glaze, and then we've got a apple sherry relish on top. Sliced apples, celery, sherry vinegar, red pepper, mustard,
Green mustard,
red onions, red peppers, and a little bit of sherry vinegar, yes, and a little bit of our roasted vegetable. The antelope. Slight modifications to the antelope. I didn't want to mess with the dish too much. It's very popular. Coming with our house mashed potatoes, still the chard, and we've got some caramelized pears, braised shallots, the red wine reduction, and a few drops of white truffle oil. Cannelloni. This is a new one. This is a handmade cannelloni, again by Ricky. The pasta sheets, everything is made in-house. We roast pork butts. Season the pork butt. It gets roasted in the oven for about 8 hours. It's pulled, tossed with sauteed wild mushrooms and a little bit of mascarpone cheese. All it's rolled into fresh pasta sheets. Then when we pick it up, it's placed in the serving dish with a ladle of Mornay, a ladle of spicy tomato sauce, and topped with the pecorino as well. Baked in the oven for about 10 minutes. Served with rainbow chard and a little roasted vegetable. Chicken. We're moving to an Ashley Farms airline chicken breast as opposed to our whole chickens. This is a 9 to 10 ounce chicken breast. We are brining the chicken in the same brine we were using for the beer can chicken, which is sugar, salt, some oranges, lemons, Szechuan peppercorns, a little fresh thyme, and bay leaf. The chicken's brined overnight, pan seared, a nice hard sear in a saute pan, flipped over. The pan goes in the oven with the chicken. It cooks for about 12 minutes. When the chicken comes out, we take the chicken out of the pan, let it rest on a resting rack. In the meantime, we put the pan back on the fire, add some garlic shallots, and then we deglaze with a Chardonnay reduction, which is Chardonnay reduced by half, and it's reduced with some fresh sage and shallot. We deglaze that, it picks up all the flavor off the bottom of the pan. A little bit of chicken stock with a little more fresh sage and some black mission fig. All that's reduced, finished with green onions and a little butter. And that forms the sauce over the plate, the Chardonnay pan sauce. It's coming with roasted beet and wild mushroom risotto, which consists of leeks, roasted beets, sauteed mushrooms, chicken stock, arborio rice, finished with a little mascarpone. Asparagus and crispy leeks to garnish. So there you have it, guys. These are all the changes, fall changes. Again, you see we've only got 8 entrees, 11 starters, 3 salads. So we're gonna run a lot more specials, and hopefully we'll sell a lot more specials. And that's it.